you so steady with it? They say he have your pockets swollen. You gotta show me this shit. Better tell you how I'm doing this shit.
Hello, my fellow American patriots. Welcome to another Manager Jojo video, and I gotta say, this is the most political video I have ever made so far. So all of you are probably aware that Ukraine is currently being invaded by Russia, which on a serious note is pretty freaking bad. They've been threatening it for a while, but now they've just decided to go all in. And I know in the West we've gotten really used to our comfy lives and the fact that we don't really have to worry about stuff like this, but this is the reality that people in Ukraine are currently living through. Some very simple history. Ukraine as it's known today was recognized in 1917 as the Ukraine People's Republic. It was a founding member of the USSR, which was a union between a bunch of Soviet socialist states. After a bunch of political shit happened involving a guy named Gorbachev, the USSR disbanded in '91. With that, Ukraine became independent in its own country. They declared themselves neutral and had agreements with both Europe and Russia. One of the things they had to do to be recognized as a nation was to give up all their nuclear weapons. So they did. Skipping to the 2000s, Putin is now the president of Russia, has turned it into a hell of a dictatorship, openly says he wants to restore the USSR, and has made it illegal to share this photo of him. If you expect me to fact check any of this, then you're sadly mistaken. I'm an entertainer, not your history teacher. If you don't believe me, go do your own research. Learn it for yourself. Don't be sheep. So basically what's going on right now is Russia took one look at Ukraine and said, Ukraine is basically Russia. A lot of the people are Russian. I mean, most of them speak Russian. You know what? It should be Russia. This is an oversimplification, of course, but basically he decided that two territories that claimed independence were basically Russia, so they were going to come in to keep the peace. Now, I don't know about you, but whenever I hear peacekeeper, I usually don't actually think of peace. I think of those guys from the Hunger Games. So they were basically saying, oh, we're not here to attack you. We're just going to walk into these two areas and, you know, do our thing. And then, surprise, they attacked. So they can basically use that logic in like a ass ton of countries. Like, oh, there's plenty of Russians here and there's a lot of Russian speakers here. This was historically Russian. So let's just remake it Russian. Screw sovereignty, dude. Let's just take it over. It's cited as the biggest European attack since World War II. And you might realize World War II was almost 100 years ago. 100 years ago, we did not have the technology we have today. That includes the information technology we have and the ability to move information quickly across the world in seconds. I'm talking about Twitter. There have been plenty of conflicts from 2000 to now and since the internet existed to now, but the significance of social media hasn't existed for basically any of those conflicts. Everyone has smartphones, everyone's recording, everyone has mobile internet. The dissemination of information is light speed, and with that comes a lot of good and a lot of bad. And then there's this huge ass category that is neither good nor bad: wartime shitposts. In the early 1900s, there was no editing software on a handheld device that could reach everyone in the world in seconds. So with that great power comes great tomfoolery. These are probably my favorite memes going around because I'm actually very opinionated on the draft. So basically, in the US, we have a volunteer military. There's no forced service unlike some countries, but there's still a draft list. Did you know that in the US, if you're a man, when you turn 18, you have 30 days to sign up for the draft, and if you don't, you're technically breaking the law?
Until we meet again!
But yeah, basically, you have to sign up for the draft in the US if you're a man. You can't vote, you can't get student aid, you can't get a federal job or federal training. And you know what? That's really goddamn sexist. Because, like, think about it this way, guys. You know how, like, everyone has the right to vote? Women fought forever for the right to vote. But hear me out. No one talks about this. I don't have the right to vote unless I say I'm willing to go die for this country. That's kind of sexist if you ask me. Women need draft equality. I'm starting the petition right now. Go to my change.org petition. Go sign it. Make women have to sign up for the draft. That's one of my favorite political opinions to share with people. Whenever I share an opinion, I like to make it sound like completely outrageous in my wording. I'll say shit like, I don't think women should have the right to vote. And then like a few seconds of pause. And then I finish my sentence. Unless we get rid of the draft for men. I like the misleading. It's pretty goofy to do sometimes. Can't wait for people to start clipping that out of context though. Breaking news. Jojo says he doesn't think women should be allowed to vote.
Armadillos keep digging.
See, the joke here is that he got drafted, and while he's in Ukraine, his girlfriend went to CVS and bought some Plan B, a same-day abortion pill, because she's cheating on him. Have I ever told y'all one of my favorite types of humor is explaining the joke? Two things. I love this song. Great meme. Second thing, Pepsi's military. One of my favorite stories. Time to go into a tangent about it. In 1989, the Soviet Union hit up Pepsi and was like, hey man, y'all got some fire drinks, alright? That flavor is bopping. You want to send me over some, like, as much as possible? And then Pepsi was all like, sure, yeah. That'll be $3 billion. Ooh, yeah, about that. We're kind of strapped on cash, you know, our economy is collapsing. We're probably not even gonna be the Soviet Union in 2 years. Yeesh. Well, what do you got to offer? Submarines. What? Submarines. So you expect me, an international corporation, to accept submarines as payment for $3 billion worth of our product? Yes? Deal. So for a short period of time, Pepsi had the 6th largest military in the world, consisting of 17 submarines, 1 frigate, 1 cruiser, and 1 destroyer. Another reason I'd choose Pepsi over Coke any day. So there's like an ass ton of memes out right now. They're pretty good for how serious the situation is. There's some pretty funny stuff people are making out of it, which if you don't like that, then fine. That's your opinion. You want to know something though? Your opinion means nothing. Does your opinion on Ukraine matter at all? Not really. No. You have the right to your opinion, but that doesn't mean it matters. My opinion doesn't matter. Neither does yours. So you can either choose to be offended by everything, or you could just laugh at the party as the world crashes and burns. I personally choose the latter. It's a lot more fun that way.
Let's go!
But I know we'll meet again some sunny day. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know where.
But just because other people's opinions don't matter doesn't mean we can't laugh at them while we're at it. It's time to bring up the cringiest take we have so far out of this Ukraine situation.
Dear President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother.
Holy crap, that came completely out of left field. When I first saw this video pop up, I was not in any way expecting it to go in the direction it did. Basically, this video is 2.5 minutes of this woman sucking on the toes of Vladimir Putin while simultaneously roasting his mom and bragging that she'd be like the best mother ever, that she could stop a dictator from being a dictator. It's basically a slam poetry video of her just saying, like, if she was Putin's mom, then he would be so loved and he probably wouldn't be doing this. And I thought it'd probably be fun if we could get my friends in here to comment on this. So I got a couple people on call and we kind of just watched the video over.
Jojo.
What?
Speak words.
Among Us.
Hello.
Hello?
Can you switch the server region to West, please?
It is West.
Is it?
I live in the West.
Oh my
We're
God.
both Westerners.
Dear President Vladimir Putin,
Why is she wearing a turtleneck?
What's wrong with turtleneck?
imagine the stain, the soul-stealing pain that the little boy you must have seen and believed, and the formulation
Okay, what's pissing me off is that they're uppercasing random words in the sentence.
Yeah, so I don't know who did
Yeah.
these subtitles, but they
It
suck
makes me
ass.
very angry.
I'd have died to protect you from the unjust, the violence, the terror, the uncertainty. I would have died to give you life. Oh, dear Mr. President Putin. If only I could do that.
Like when you're watching it, you know she's talking about Putin, but it sort of catches you off guard whenever she says it. out
Yeah,
loud.
I know. My sweet little
My
boy.
It's like a children's book, My Dear Little Putin.
Oh no.
Stop. No.
Yes.
Bye,
Oh,
manager.
yes,
Jojo.
yes. You need to
By
make
manager Jojo. My dear little Putin, why are you such a bitch?
We need like a what's it called? I've completely lost my fucking train of thought. Never mind, ignore me.
Alright, okay, the British person has lost the train. This has never happened before.
Instead of Mother Russia, you would call me. And I would set your mind.
The
at
little
ease
laugh!
with the love. But instead of Mother Russia, you would call me. And I would set your mind at ease with the love that only a mother can
That's
give.
disgusting.
and only a mother can take away.
Bruh, I brought you into this world and I can take you out of it.
Mommy, sorry, mommy.
What a powerful being of light you could be if your mind was only free from the violence you've seen when you were just 2 or 3.
If you want Putin to suck your titty, you could just say so. The video is pretty cringe. I'll link it in the description if you want to go watch the full thing. But yeah, there's basically like an ass ton going on around Ukraine right now. The situation itself is pretty serious, and social media has never seen something like this before, so people are reacting in tons of different ways to it. How will I be reacting? Well, I keep up on the news myself. I'm going to continue to do that in this situation. I like being informed. It's a good pastime. But I'm also going to inform myself on the meme culture behind this too. Keep an eye on those. I already have some meme ideas myself, and I'm gonna put some of them in this video. But yeah, if it's not obvious, I'm rooting for Ukraine. And I'm thinking I'll make a part 2 to this video, or like a continuation, because there's a lot of shit out there, a lot of memes. I didn't even get to the fact the president is a goddamn G that everyone's like super impressed with how well he's handling this, painting him out to be some sort of badass. But yeah, I wouldn't mind making another video going over some of the memes, doing like simple explanations. What do you guys think? Leave a like. And as I stated earlier, don't take anything I say for fact. I'm an entertainer at the end of the day. I'm not a historian. I'm not gonna pretend I am. I'm here to distract you from the fact life sucks. So buckle in, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.